Keswick Hall is a unique luxury resort nestled in the base of the Blue Ridge Mountains, about a 20-minute drive outside of Charlottesville, Virginia, and it has a sort of interesting history. Built in 1912 by Bob Crawford and named Villa Crawford, it was home to a private residence of 5 different owners during its first 35 years of existence. After that, the golf course opened in 1949 and it became a country club, where it had its share of ups and downs, but apparently mostly downs, as by the 1980s it was referred to as the Mansion of Senile Ruin and was Charlottesville's most popular haunted house. Not good. But thankfully it wasn't all bad, as the property was bought by Sir Bernard Ashley in the 1990s and was fully renovated. It's again changed hands several times since then, but it's been kept in immaculate condition. When we arrived, the host told us that it just underwent a $200 million renovation 3 years ago. Now, of course, we'll get into all the details of the stay in this video, but for those of you who want your information fast, want the 20-second rundown of how it was, here it is. The hard product, immaculate. The rooms were great, the grounds were great, all of that was very beautiful. The service could use some work, and there were also a few weird service quirks that just didn't make any sense and had me scratching my head. Well, let's head inside and see if the $200 million renovation was worth the money. Honestly, whoever they hired to be their interior designer was not paid enough, in my opinion. The whole hotel is just beautifully decorated, and there's no shortage of places to sit. If you like just sitting, then you're gonna love it here. Do you guys ever find it crazy when you go to these kinds of places that this just used to be somebody's house? I couldn't imagine having this much space in my house. Feels like I'd have rooms in my house that I didn't even know existed. Speaking of rooms, let's head up to ours, shall we? We booked just a standard base king room, which was located on what they call the Magnolia floor. Each floor has a self-serve water station. Stay hydrated, folks. These rooms were listed for about $550 a night for the nights that we were staying there. However, this property is a member of the Small Luxury Hotels of the World brand, and we were able to snag it with some Hyatt points before they ended their relationship with SLH. For a base room, there was actually tons of space. This will be a theme throughout. Keswick Hall's hard product really shines. The room is beautiful, and having the fireplace on the TV was a warm touch. There's something about the blue and cream color scheme that is just so perfectly southern, so I think they really nailed it on that front. Back to booking for a bit, I mentioned earlier how Hyatt and SLH ended their partnership. Well, that's because SLH is now partnered with Hilton. However, Hilton hasn't fully integrated all of the SLH properties that Hyatt had into its portfolio yet, so I haven't seen this one able to book on points as of recording in September 2024. But hopefully it gets out there soon so that you can use points to book this instead of having to pay the full cash rate. Here you can check out my hardly stocked mini fridge. And one additional comment on the room, it's absolutely insane that there's no in-room coffee maker. I mean, come on people, you can't be messing with people's caffeine addictions. Not only that, but if you want coffee delivered to your room for 2 people, it's $15 for the coffee and then a $5 delivery fee. Thankfully, there is free coffee downstairs in the lobby until 11 each morning, but sometimes you just want to not have to get dressed and leave your room to get some morning coffee. Anyways, as you can see, the bathroom is huge and also really nice. The bathroom amenities were really nice too, specially made for Keswick Hall with all natural ingredients, and they did really feel premium. The double vanity was filled to the brim with all the extra towels you could possibly need, and a hairdryer and grooming kit. Let's quickly pop into Live Seth to get his reaction on the state of the bathroom. And just in case you were on the edge of your seat for some toilet content, here is the shot for you. Get a load of how big this shower is. It's comically large. You could fit like 10 of me in here. I don't know why you would. 1 naked me is already too much. 10 might actually be a war crime. But I would like to give a special shout out to Keswick Hall on the water pressure situation though. It was fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. All right, being impressed by the hotel so far, it was all smiles heading to bed, excited for the next day. Good morning from beautiful Keswick, Virginia. It's about 6:30. I don't know if you can see that, but I slept really well. You forget how quiet and dark it actually gets at night when you don't live in a city. So that was nice and relaxing. Up early, want to get started on the day. Plans for the day. First things first, just to get some coffee. One knock on this room so far, there's no coffee in the room. And I looked at the menu for ordering coffee to your room, $15 for 2 people. That's insane. That's crazy. Was coffee laced with gold? What is that? Anyways, after doing that, I think we're going to go play some tennis. We got an action-packed day. Play a little tennis. Gonna go hang out by the pool, maybe watch some college football, have a couple beers. After that, probably come back, grab a little lunch, and then dinner at Marigold by Jean-Georges, which is the resort's restaurant. It's supposed to be really good. But yeah, I'll let you know. Come along with me and let's see what we can get into. Just in case you were curious of what my room view was, behold, the mighty parking lot. Alright, it was high time to slough my way begrudgingly down to the lobby to get my coffee. Paper cups and napkins, how premium. I did actually like this little cafe where you could get grab-and-go items. We went here for breakfast both days, just for something quick, but the main restaurant, called Marigold, also had a sit-down breakfast that you could attend. After a quick and delicious breakfast, it was time to see what kind of activities we could get ourselves into. Most of the activities took place at a separate structure right across the parking lot from the hotel. This area is referred to as the pavilion, and here you'd find a wide range of things to do like, for example, hang out at the pavilion. There were also basketball and pickleball courts, the family pool where kids are allowed, some bikes to rent, and most importantly, clay tennis courts. Well, we were going to come out here and play some tennis, but it's only clay courts, and they're a little bit too wet for our liking, I think. Maybe we'll try it back later when it's a little bit drier. After making that video, we discovered different courts that did look drier, which means it's also your lucky day to watch this montage of me being the best athlete you've ever seen. Now, I'm sure not many people realize this, but it's actually tough work being such a prime athlete. So after tennis, I decided it was time to head to the pool and cool off a bit. The Horizon Pool is this large, really clean looking, 80-foot long, T-shaped infinity pool with the best views in the house of the golf course. This pool is adults only though, so that's something to keep in mind if you have kids. There is plenty of seating around the pool area, and we never had trouble finding a good spot, although it did fill up in the afternoon. The pool is for guests of the hotel and members of the country club, so theoretically it could fill up. They also had private cabanas for rent if you choose, but it was a pretty cloudy day, so I didn't see anybody renting them. As I sat down and took a look at my watch, I realized that it was beer o'clock. Doesn't she look refreshing? As we had also built up an appetite by now, it was time to check out the poolside dining. For the lady, it was the arugula salad with grilled chicken, and because I am much unhealthier than her, it was the fried chicken sandwich for me. Both were awesome. If you've made it this far into the video, I sincerely thank you and would like to remind you to hit the like and subscribe button if you've been enjoying. After some time spent lounging by the pool, we started to get snacky again and wanted to go check out another restaurant/bar on the property called Crawford. Named, of course, after the original owners of the property, this restaurant features handcrafted cocktails and a menu of small plates. I, of course, had another beer, accompanied with what they called pretzel bites, but it was really just fried dough balls and some sweet potato fries. Although, no complaints coming from me. After our snack, we retired to the room for a bit to rest our stomachs before it was time to head to dinner at the main restaurant, Marigold by Jean-Georges. Let's eat. Marigold uses only fresh and local ingredients where possible. Many of the ingredients are actually grown at the property's own farm. Just like everything else at Keswick Hall, the restaurant is just a short 2-minute walk from the main building through this nice little garden area. Marigold describes its aesthetic as, quote, rustic chic, and if I knew what chic meant, I'm sure I would agree with that description. The hotel recommends that you make a reservation if you plan to eat at the restaurant, and I can see why, as there really isn't all that much seating on the inside. So, as all good restaurants do, we started off with some bread. They do have gluten-free bread for all my gluten allergies out there. I went with the sweet corn pot stickers for my appetizer, which were unique and very good, and then got the beef tenderloin for my main, which honestly was a bit disappointing. It came with this very spicy sauce around the plate, which I just didn't think made any sense at all. Since when have people been serving spicy steaks? After that, they provided us with complimentary house-made madeleines. Stuffed to the gills, we were pleased to return to our room to find it turned down, which apparently includes cookies. Score! See y'all in the morning to wrap this video up.
All right, we are unfortunately packing up to leave. We had a wonderful time here at Keswick Hall. I highly recommend this place. The hard product is absolutely just fantastic. I love that the way the room is decorated. It really gives just this old southern vibe, which I really like. Grew up in South Carolina, so it's always nice when I can get back to my southern roots. The pool was absolutely incredible. It's an adults only pool. It's shaped like a T, but it's an infinity pool that overlooks the golf course. I mean, it was cloudy yesterday. We didn't even have like good weather. We didn't have good sun, and I still just enjoyed being in the pool. We were there for 4 or 5, no, not that long, about 3 hours probably. Got sunburnt. Got to be careful about cloud burn. Other things that were great, the tennis court, the clay tennis court was really fun. We did end up getting some tennis in. Either you will see or you have seen a supercut of me being potentially one of the most athletic people on the planet. Hope you enjoyed that. And the food was great. We went to every restaurant that they had here. We were never disappointed. Everything was really good. The soft product could use a little bit of work, I think. Nothing like major, nothing disqualifying, but sometimes the service was a little bit hit or miss. Like for example, we requested a turn down service at 7:30 while we'd be at dinner, and they tried to come at 6:30. I was like, we're still here, you know, we can't really do the turn down service while we're here. But it was no problem. They came back, did the turn down service, which includes a wonderful oatmeal raisin cookie. I know oatmeal raisin is kind of controversial. Personally, I like it. Other service things. It's just, we were, again, minor things. We were at the pool and we requested to close out of our tab. That never came, but it was fine. We just had to go back up and ask them. And then it's just, you know, I think the difference between 4-star and 5-star service to me is like, 4-star service, you get everything you asked for. 5-star service, you get things you don't ask for. And we didn't really get things that we didn't ask for. They were responsive for the things that we asked for, and that service was good, and everybody was very friendly, but it needs that next level, I think, to match what I think is a 5-star hard product here. Last but not least, I think we have to talk about this shower. It is huge. I mean, you probably can't tell so well from the camera, and I don't know if I can help give you an idea of the scale, but I'm reaching my arms out from one end to the other, and I'm 6'2", and my arms don't touch. So it's bigger than my wingspan, which is pretty impressive, I think. Well, I guess we better get on the road back to DC. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I recommend this place. I hope that it becomes more popular. I think that it's a real kind of hidden gem here in the Blue Ridge Mountains right outside of Charlottesville. Literally packing up to leave right now, completely whiffed on mentioning the bed. It was exquisite and insanely comfortable. I think it was due to the sheets though. The sheets were like crazy comfortable, but I say that because if you look, it's just like a little mattress topper. Like, not much there, but anyways, honestly, 9 out of 10 for the bed. No complaints. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.